Chapter 1. The Mark of the Betrayer. The first thing Cale feels is pain. It blooms across his chest like fire, searing through torn flesh and bone. He gasps, choking on air thick with dust and rot. The monastery around him is a ruin, its stained glass shattered, its altars defiled, its silence broken only by the distant howl of wind through broken stone. He tries to rise, but his limbs tremble. Blood crusts his hands. His armor is cracked, scorched with symbols he doesn't recognize. And on his chest, glowing faintly beneath torn fabric, is the mark of the betrayer, a sigil etched into his skin, pulsing with crimson light. It burns when he breathes. Burns when he thinks. Then comes the voice. "You killed me!" Cale freezes. The voice is inside his mind, cold and sharp as winter steel. It echoes with grief, fury, and something deeper, something broken. "Orin?" he whispers, though he doesn't know why the name feels familiar. It tastes like ash and longing. "You don't remember," the voice says. "How convenient." Cale stumbles to his feet, clutching the wall for balance. The monastery is filled with shadows, but none move. No footsteps. No life. Only the voice. "I don't understand," Cale says. "I don't remember anything." "You remember fire," Orin replies. "You remember screams. You remember my blood on your hands." Cale's vision blurs. Images flicker, flames devouring a palace, a boy with silver eyes reaching for him, a promise whispered beneath moonlight. Then nothing. Just emptiness. He staggers outside. The world is gray, the sky bruised with storm. Statues lie broken in the courtyard, their faces worn away. A raven watches him from a crumbling arch, its eyes gleaming with unnatural light. "You were chosen," Orin says. "By the hollow crown." Cale turns toward the monastery's shattered altar. There, half buried in rubble, lies a relic, a crown of bone and obsidian, pulsing faintly. It hums with power, ancient and cruel. "What does it want?" Cale asks. "To relive the past," Orin says. "To rewrite it. Through you." Cale's knees buckle. He doesn't know who he is anymore. A traitor? A murderer? A pawn? But the mark burns brighter, and the voice does not fade. "You will walk the ruins of what you destroyed," Orin whispers. "And you will remember." Cale closes his eyes. The wind howls. The hollow crown waits. And somewhere deep inside him, something begins to stir. Chapter 2. The Ghost Prince. The voice grows stronger. Cale wanders the monastery's outer halls, each step echoing through the hollow stone. The wind carries whispers, fragments of names, prayers, curses. But only one voice speaks clearly, threading through his thoughts like a blade dipped in ice. "You swore to protect me," Orin says. "And you let me die." Cale presses his fingers to the mark of the betrayer. It pulses beneath his skin, a cruel reminder etched by the hollow crown. He doesn't remember the oath. Doesn't remember the boy with silver eyes and a voice like morning rain. But the ache in his chest says he should. He finds a mirror cracked down the center. His reflection stares back, pale, gaunt, eyes rimmed with exhaustion. Behind him, a flicker of light. A figure. Cale turns. Orin stands in the doorway, translucent and glowing faintly blue. His robes are torn, his face half-shadowed. But his eyes, those eyes, are unmistakable. They burn with fury and grief. "You're real," Cale breathes. "I'm what's left," Orin replies. "A fragment. A memory. Bound to you by the crown's curse." Cale steps forward, but Orin recoils. "Don't," he snaps. "You don't get to touch me. Not after what you did." "I don't remember," Cale says. "I swear." Orin's expression twists. "Convenient. The world remembers. They call you traitor. Executioner. The beta who sold the last Omega heir for a seat at the king's table." Cale shakes his head. "I never wanted power. You wanted me," Orin says quietly. "And you let me burn." Silence stretches between them. Then, a flicker, Cale sees a memory not his own. A courtyard bathed in moonlight. Orin laughing, reaching for Kale's hand. A promise whispered. If the world turns against us, I'll still choose you. Kale stumbles back. That wasn't betrayal. That was love, Orin finishes, voice cracking. But love didn't save me. Kale falls to his knees. Then let me fix it. Let me undo the purge. Orin's form flickers. You can't. Not alone. Kale looks up. Then help me. For a long moment, Orin says nothing. Then he steps forward, his hand hovering near Kale's heart. The Hollow Crown chose you. Not to punish you, but to make you remember. Kale nods, trembling. Then let me remember everything. Orin's eyes soften, just barely. We begin in Silver Song. Chapter 3: Ruins of Silver Song. Silver Song is no longer a city. It's a graveyard. Kale walks through its broken gates, the wind carrying ash and whispers. Once, this was the heart of Varelia, where the Omega line ruled with grace, where music echoed from marble towers. Now, the towers are hollow, the streets drowned in shadow, and the only music is the lone moan of spirits trapped in stone. Orin follows silently, his ghostly form flickering beside Kale. He doesn't speak, but Kale feels him, like frost on his spine, like judgment in his blood. The enforcers come at dusk. Clad in black armor, their faces hidden, they surround Kale with blades drawn. Betrayer! One hisses. You dare walk here? Kale doesn't fight. He kneels, hands raised. I'm not here to run. They strike him anyway. The mark of the betrayer flares, burning through his chest as if punishing him for every lie he's ever told. He bleeds into the dust, and the enforcers vanish, leaving him broken. Orin watches. His expression unreadable. You didn't scream, he says finally. Kale coughs, tasting iron. I deserved it. Orin kneels beside him, his hand hovering near Kale's cheek. You think pain is penance? I think pain is truth, Kale whispers. Orin's gaze softens, just barely. You were always like this. Quiet. Stubborn. Always trying to carry the world alone. Kale blinks. You remember me? Orin nods. Fragments. A garden. A promise. The night you kissed me and said, if I fall, fall with me? Kale's breath catches. I meant it. Then why did you let me die? Kale closes his eyes. I don't know. They sit in silence as the stars rise over Silver Song's ruins. The city groans beneath them, haunted by memory. Kale sees flashes. Orin dancing in the palace courtyard, laughing as Kale watched from the shadows. Orin bleeding in his arms, whispering. Don't forget me. I didn't, Kale says aloud. Orin's form flickers. Then prove it. How? Find the truth. Beneath the palace. Where the Hollow Crown first chose you. Kale nods, trembling. Will you stay? Orin hesitates. Then softly. Until the end. Chapter 4: The Hollow Crown's Curse. The palace beneath Silver Song is buried in silence. Kale descends through shattered marble and forgotten halls, guided only by Orin's flickering light. The air grows colder with each step, thick with dust and memory. Statues of Omega rulers line the corridor, faces cracked, eyes gouged out. History erased. This is where the Hollow Crown was born, Orin says. Where it first chose a soul to rewrite the end. Kale's boots crunch over broken glass. He finds a chamber sealed by runes, pulsing faintly. Orin touches the door, and it opens with a groan, revealing a hidden archive, untouched by time. Scrolls. Relics. Portraits. And in the center, a mirror that doesn't reflect Kale's face, but a memory. He sees himself, younger, standing beside Orin in moonlit armor. They're laughing. Orin presses a kiss to Kale's temple and whispers, If I die, remember me as I was. Kale stumbles back. I didn't betray you. No, Orin says, voice trembling. You died protecting me. The truth crashes down like thunder. The Hollow Crown twisted history, feeding on tragedy. It made Kale the villain to preserve its cycle. Orin's spirit was fractured by the lie, bound to Kale not by vengeance, but by grief. Kale sinks to his knees. Why me? Because you loved me, Orin says. And love is the only thing strong enough to break the curse. Their bond shifts. Orin's form grows steadier, his voice warmer. He kneels beside Kale, their faces inches apart. I hated you because I couldn't bear the truth. That I died in your arms. That I left you alone. Kale reaches out, and this time, Orin doesn't pull away. Their fingers brush, cold meeting warmth. A flicker of light passes between them. I never stopped loving you, Kale whispers. Orin closes his eyes. Then help me end this. They rise together, the mirror fading behind them. The hollow crown pulses in the distance, waiting. But now Kale knows its secret. It doesn't rewrite history to heal. It rewrites history to hurt. And the only way to break its curse is to face the one who created it. Kale's father. Chapter 5: The Father's Throne. The throne room of Aurelia is untouched by ruin. While Silversong crumbles, this place gleams with cruel perfection, polished obsidian floors, banners stitched with the sigil of the Purge, and at its center, the throne carved from the bones of fallen Omegas. Kale stands at the threshold, heart pounding. His father waits. King Thorn, the man who ordered the Purge, who crowned Kale with betrayal and buried Orin beneath lies. His eyes are sharp, his voice colder than the wind outside. You returned, Thorn says. I thought the hollow crown would break you. Kale steps forward. It didn't. It showed me the truth. Thorn rises. Truth is what survives. And you survived because you obeyed. I died protecting him, Kale says. You rewrote that. Thorn's smile is thin. I rewrote nothing. The crown chose its narrative. I simply ensured it served the kingdom. Orin appears beside Kale, silent but burning with fury. His ghostly form casts no shadow, but his presence is undeniable. Thorn sees him, and does not flinch. You bound him to me, Kale says. You made me the villain. Thorn's voice sharpens. You were weak. You loved a boy who threatened our bloodline. I gave you purpose. Kale's fists clench. You gave me grief. Orin speaks, voice low. You destroyed everything. And you will answer for it. Thorn draws his blade. Then kill me, ghost. If you still remember how. Kale steps between them. No. Orin stares. You won't? Kale shakes his head. If I kill him, I become him. I won't let the crown feed on another tragedy. Thorn laughs. Mercy is weakness. No, Kale says. Mercy is strength. He lowers his weapon. The mark of the betrayer flares, and then fades. Orin watches, stunned, as the sigil vanishes from Kale's skin. The hollow crown trembles in the distance, its curse unraveling. You broke the cycle, Orin whispers. Kale turns to him. Not yet. Thorn collapses to his knees, defeated not by violence, but by truth. Kale walks away, leaving the throne behind. Outside, the sky begins to bleed red. The hollow crown stirs, sensing its end. Orin's form flickers, unstable. I'm fading, he says. Kale catches his hand. Then let me finish this. For you. Orin nods, eyes shining. For us.